Have you ever tried to push a negative thought out of your mind, only to find that instead of disappearing, it multiplies? It's as if the more you push it away, the more it clings to your consciousness, becoming a cumbersome presence. But what if I told you that there is a secret, passed down by ancient Zen masters, that could help you transform these thoughts into an experience of inner peace? Watch the whole video because we will discover together how to transform every negative thought. And stay until the end, because you will never imagine the Zen secret that we will reveal to you and the power that you will have once you listen to it to improve your life. Subscribe to the channel The Smiling Buddha to receive other precious teachings on Buddhist philosophy and personal growth. In a remote village at the foot of a mountain, there was an old windmill. It was a quiet place far from the chaos of the world, where nature spoke with the whisper of the leaves and the murmur of the wind in the branches. In that village lived an old Zen master named Tenzin, known for his profound knowledge of the mind and spirit. People came from far and wide to seek his advice, and Tenzin listened to everyone with the patience of one who has seen many seasons pass. One day, a young carpenter named Hiro came before Tenzin. Hiro was a hard-working man, beloved by his community for his talent in making beautiful furniture. But despite his outward success, Hiro was plagued by a constant anxiety that he couldn't explain. Every night as he tried to sleep, his mind was filled with dark thoughts and constant worries. He couldn't find peace and it was eating away at him. "Master Tenzin," Hiro began, his voice betraying his desperation, "I have tried to rid myself of these negative thoughts in every way possible. I've worked harder. I've tried to ignore them, but they just seem to grow and multiply. I don't know what to do anymore. Please help me find peace." Tenzin watched Hiro for a moment, his gaze piercing but kind. Then, with a slight smile, he replied, "Hiro, you're like a gardener trying to weed his field, but he just scatters seeds every time he pulls out a root. The more you fight these thoughts, the more you give them strength." The young man, confused, ran a hand through his hair. "Master, then what should I do? Let it grow freely. I cannot live with this constant suffering." Tenzin nodded slowly. "Come with me, I want to show you something." He led Hiro down a winding path that wound through the woods to a hidden stream, where the water flowed peacefully between the rocks, reflecting the blue sky. "Look at this water," Tenzin said. "Do you see how it flows effortlessly around every obstacle, flowing serenely even if it encounters stones along the way? Your mind should be like this stream. Thoughts are like leaves falling into the water. Don't try to stop them, just let them flow away." Hiro stared at the water, trying to grasp the meaning of his master's words. "Master," he said after a long silence, "I don't see how this is going to help me. I can't just let my thoughts come and go and do nothing." "And you? Have you ever tried to chase away a thought only to find it in front of you even more powerful? Tell us about your experience in the comments below. I'm curious to know how you deal with these moments of difficulty." Tenzin sat down on a rock, inviting Hiro to do the same. Then he began to tell a story. Many years ago, in a faraway village, there lived a young woman named Aya. Aya was tormented by the vision of a tiger. Every time she closed her eyes, she saw the tiger in front of her, its eyes fixed on her, ready to pounce. Every attempt to banish the image only made it more vivid. Terrified, she came to me, asking how she could rid herself of the vision. I told her to stop trying to escape. I suggested that she look the tiger in the eye, not reject it, but accept it. Let it be part of her mind. At first, Aya found this task impossible. But over time, she began to see the tiger for what it was, an illusion created by her own fear. Over time, the tiger began to lose its shape, until one day it disappeared completely. Aya's fear had dissolved. Hero listened, fascinated by the master's words. "Master," he said finally, "so I must not banish my thoughts but accept them." "Exactly," Tenzin replied. "Negative thoughts like the tiger are not the enemy. It is our refusal to accept them, our desire to reject them, that makes them so powerful. If you learn to observe them with detachment, to see them for what they are, they will lose their power over you." Hero sat in silence, letting the master's words sink in. He decided to follow Tenzin's advice. Whenever a negative thought arose, instead of fighting it, he welcomed it. He watched it as one watches a bird fly in the sky without trying to catch it or chase it away. Over time, those thoughts began to lose strength. They became like shadows that crossed his mind without leaving a trace. One night, as Hero sat in meditation, a particularly painful memory came to him. Instead of running away from it, he embraced it. He observed it calmly, allowing himself to feel it without judging it. At that moment, he realized that it wasn't the memory itself that was tormenting him, but the fear he had always had of facing it. With that realization, the memory lost its power and dissolved like mist in the sun. Tenzin, seeing Hero's progress, said to him one day, "Remember, the mind is like the wind. You can't stop it, but you can choose how you let it carry you. If you stop resisting, you will find that peace is not something to be sought far away, but has always been within you, waiting for you to discover it." And so Hero found the peace he had sought for so long, not through force, but through understanding and acceptance. From that day on, whenever his mind was agitated, he remembered the master's words and the image of the quiet stream, knowing that, like everything else, those thoughts would follow their course, leaving his mind as clear and serene as the water of a pure spring. According to an ancient teaching passed down by a few Zen masters, there is a state of consciousness called Ku, which represents emptiness, but not in the sense of absence or lack. Ku is the space where everything is possible, the fertile ground from which every thought and action arises. When you enter this state during meditation, thoughts not only stop disturbing you, but become like flowers that bloom spontaneously, without effort and without fear. Reaching this state is like entering a dimension where time and space dissolve, and you become one with the universe. Once you experience Ku, even for an instant, your view of reality changes forever. You are no longer a slave to your thoughts, but become the master of an inner universe of infinite possibilities. And here is the promised secret which very few know. But first, give this video a nice like, subscribe to our channel, and activate the bell so you don't miss our next contents dedicated to Buddhist philosophy and personal growth. Deep within Buddhist practice, there is a principle called Dream Satori. This state occurs when, during a dream, you reach such a deep awareness that you not only realize you are dreaming, but you are able to take complete control of the dream itself. In this state, you can explore the subconscious and resolve internal conflicts, healing deep-seated traumas and fears in a way that is impossible in the waking state. It's like having access to an alternate universe where you can rewrite the rules of your inner reality.